Hi Aries parents, welcome to your reading for July 2023. Just gonna jump right into it. Also hoping everybody is able to enjoy their July. The month does start out with a super full moon in Capricorn, which is all about extreme positives and extreme negatives, depending on how you look at it. We are going to see a lot of structures, foundations that are going to begin to collapse. However, along with that comes in new energy. So this month is really important that we stay focused on positive, forward, future thinking, because it's going to be a little chaotic out there. All right, let's get your reading started here. I also do get some energy right off the bat related to relationships, whether this be your kids, work, or significant others. I get the feeling that we are either looking for or needing some emotional maturity when it comes to our relationships. And since these readings are targeted towards or geared towards parents, I really feel like this probably is related to our children. And you know, the reminder that relationships, they do take work, they do take time to really build. And, you know, with Aries, with that fire and that energy often focused on our careers and our work, you can also utilize that energy when it comes to relationships, and know that hard work and time is meant to be put into those relationships as well. So just had to start out with that. All right. Let's see here. Well, you do have a lot of that passionate fire in here. So the energy for the month of July is going to be seen in the Knight of Wands. So this is very connected to your Aries energy of nothing ventured, nothing gained. And, you know, I really feel that we need to connect this to our emotional relationships at this time, because when I was shuffling, that energy did come up specifically related to how we navigate in our relationships and emotional maturity. Really important to focus on that, especially, you know, we are in Cancer season too. So just a reminder that Cancer is related to emotions and water energy. And sometimes, you know, the fire energy can really benefit from incorporating that that water energy into their lives. All right, so right now we need to focus more too on, at this time in July, on what our calling is, and specifically, you know, related to parenting, and really answering the wake-up call to liberate ourselves from anything that's holding us back. Because like I mentioned right off the bat, you know, with this super full moon coming in Capricorn at the beginning of the month, there's going to be some really big shifts. And if you are somebody who's really connected to the 3D world and those old foundations, it could be kind of a struggle this month. So it's really important to shift to the things that really matter, and, you know, spending time with our family and connecting emotionally is going to really help us navigate through a lot of the turmoil that we might see coming. And yeah, just make sure to focus on it, because it's gonna be a rough ride for some people, but the more, like I said, that we can focus on what's coming in the new, I think of these wildfires and, all this smoke and all this chaos. And, with wildfires, well, it's traumatic and all the destruction that happens from that, the grass is greener and things are able to grow more abundantly from that, so it's kind of like that energy from, like the death card to the star, and that rebirth is happening at this time. So always make sure to shift your focus back to that new energy coming in. If for some reason this month you are feeling a little bit thrown into the chaos. All right, now I do have some energy too here of some worries. And, it's important not to get lost in the sorrow, but to see it's important. So this is what I'm connecting, with all of that chaos, to keep focused on the importance of certain energy coming into your life. And I'm going to go back to that emotional maturity, hardships, emotional hardships specifically. They can really, when you're in it, you don't see the lessons. You don't see how it benefits you. But once you are on the other side, you really get to see how, this is going to help you eventually. So if there is some sort of turmoil that has happened, that has made you worry or feel some sort of separation from somebody important in your life, don't dwell too much into that energy, because everything that feels hard in the long run is a lesson for us. And this could really relate to some sort of communication that really hurt us, or that we hurt somebody else and we can't get over that hurt. So right now in the month of July too, to shift away from this energy of the Three of Swords, it's really important to focus on the Nine of Coins. So obviously coins are connected to money, and it's really important to focus on enjoying the comforts of your home and your family, your friends, connecting to all of the wonderful things that you have. And this has been something that's popping up for a lot of people, is really focus on what you are grateful for in your life. Every time this energy comes up, shift it to this energy. So, if you want to visually see these throughout the month, this is really what you should be focusing on, because like I said, there's going to be a lot that's going to shift our emotions back to this. So, just also too, because you are a passionate person, if, that fire, that passion is guiding you a certain way, it's important to focus on that, and put some energy too into maybe rearranging your place, getting some fresh energy in there at the, beginning of the month. Like I said, with this full moon, it's the perfect time to really cleanse and like literally deep clean your house and rearrange some furniture, paint a wall, buy a poster that really inspires you or your kids, and shift that energy too into inspiring your children and, making the home feel fresh for them, because building their emotional happiness is going to also really benefit you as well. And so too, the King of Swords here in this position is really saying that, maybe you need to loosen up a little bit. Obviously, we need rules and regulations and structure at home. Obviously, it's really important for kids to, with emotional regulation, to have, a very strict routine and, eat at a certain time, go to bed at a certain time. But this is really making me feel like we might need to just let our emotions take the lead for a little bit this month, especially after we get past that full moon residual energy. Like I'd say mid-July, like really let your hair down, have some fun with your kids and let them see the lighter side of you. And don't be afraid to show it, is really what this card is telling me. And with that, utilizing that energy and connecting to the abundance that you already have, kind of, like I said, letting your hair down, focusing on your kids, connect to your inner child and have fun with your children. Like, connect to who you were as a kid and visualize your child self playing with your children. And from that, we're going to really see some forward movement here. The Chariot is indicating that by letting go so much of this authoritative energy of parenting, we're really going to see some dramatic shift forward in our personal lives with our children. The Chariot is all about seizing the day, moving forward, big change and big momentum, and surprised, with that big change and big momentum, you're ending with the Tower card. Now, the Tower isn't something to fear because, like I said, taking this, letting loose and, putting down that sword and really, releasing some of that authoritative energy, you have the decision whether or not you're going to be the Tower or be the lightning bolt of change, okay? But, with this saying, it's really important to get rid of, not get rid, but just let loose of this restrictive, authoritative energy and get back to this fun, loving, passionate energy and just enjoying life. Because with that, this forward movement is going to bring in this Tower energy. But like I said, you can be the old structure here, the refusal to change. And if you refuse to change, then you're going to be the Tower that is crumbling. But if you embrace that change, you're going to be the lightning bolt, riding that lightning bolt that brings in that positive energy. So it's really, the choice is always yours. Tarot is not anything set in stone. It's always just a guide. I like to say it's like the weather, astrology and tarot. I like the weather. It might rain. So do you want to bring a raincoat or some rain boots? If there's a 90% chance of rain, of course. But yeah, so like I said, we're going to be seeing a lot of old foundations crumbling in our 3D society. So you want to be on this lightning bolt. You don't want to be part of this Tower energy. So really, really try your best not to focus on all of the chaos in the world this month, because one of my favorite astrologers, Pam Gregory, she has an amazing full moon in Capricorn video, and she really talks about that. Like, you got to remain on your eagle's perch, and the way you can do that more is by really, really just spending some quality time with family and connecting to emotions. And like I said, those cards before, it was really indicating that we really need to embrace that emotional fulfillment and happiness, because the more we can focus on that, the less we're going to be giving our energy to that chaos, and then the less, we're gonna feel it as well. So let's just get, and again too, hi, connecting back to this too, because this is connected to your fire energy, and it's asking you to seek some new experiences. So what makes you feel alive that you can connect to your relationships with your kids? Think of something in July that you can do that connects to what made you feel alive when you were a kid, that you can help share an experience with your kids, whether it be a vacation, a short trip, kind of like a field trip type day, something spontaneous, something that's really going to make your kids feel alive too. So seek out those new experiences that make you feel alive so that you can emotionally be in the right place for all this shift from the old to the new at this time. Okay, along with that too, what I like to do is I like to connect to some past life energy. And this past life, it doesn't have to be, your energy in a literal past life. This could also be connected to your life before kids. So take it as it resonates, whether or not this is connected to your life before kids or an actual past life. All right. So the energy that I am picking up from a past life is connected to Egypt. So this card signals a significant past life which relates to your present situation. When a negative pattern stubbornly refuses to heal, its roots are often buried in a lifetime beyond conscious memory. Fortunately, you can access and heal the issue. Like gardening, you can eliminate vestiges of the past by pulling them out by their roots. If you're drawn to Egyptian culture or travel, you most likely had a positive experience in your past life here. And you may wish to explore the belief systems of Egypt and tap into those ancient memories. So, like I said, I really feel like this is connecting to something connected to our childhood. And, do focus on if there are some sort of emotional triggers. There's this really great exercise to connect to your 6-year-old self and see if there's any hurt there that you as your adult self can help heal that wound. Because there's something at the root, that you can help, some sort of sadness that we can help root out by, again, just really getting to this energy and seeking out new experiences that make you feel alive by connecting to letting your hair down and just really enjoying life. That's really what I'm getting. So also too, let's see, there's going to be a question that can really empower you to ponder while you are connecting to this past life energy. So we say, what would happen if I didn't try to control my future? All right, hello. So going back to what we need to let go of is control. So what would happen if you didn't try to control your future? This is the question you're asked to ponder for the month of July. I would recommend putting this in a journal somewhere at the end of the night where you can look at this question at least once a week. Really good to do at the end of the week and really ponder what would happen if you didn't have control of your future. So I think this card is really, again, pushing us to let go of that authoritative energy and connect back to passion in life, to really, just put to rest any sorrow. That's another thing too, the coming years, we're going to see a lot of victim energy. And the last thing we want is to connect to that victim energy. Pam Gregory, she says too, there's this amazing concept of detaching from that because you want to be into the new energy. The victim energy is part of the foundations that are crumbling, and we want to be part of this positive new energy that she calls it co-creators of the universe. So you want to be a co-creator of the universe and not a victim coming into this energy that we are going to be seeing. Also too, I want to pull a crystal that can help with any residual energy connected to moving, anything holding us back from moving forward. Let's see, what do we got that's gonna help us? All right, lovely. We have pink tourmaline, which is the gift of love. So another reminder to step out there and seek out new experiences with your family. It's really going to be some amazing positive energy. You have that gift of love. Embrace that love. Let your hair down, like I said, and, seize the day and really focus on your calling of being a parent in this lifetime. It's really important that we see that. And like I always try to remind people too, parenting is an opportunity for us to reparent ourselves. So when those triggers come up, you don't want to shame yourself, but to learn from it. There are ways that, we can connect to childhood development and reparent ourselves even as adults. Emotional regulation. Aries, you got a lot of fire, and that fire can blow up sometimes. And so, emotional regulation exercises are wonderful. I actually, my child's therapist just taught her this amazing thing, and I've been using it because I have Mars in Aries, so I understand that energy. But she called it the starfish. So when we're feeling, this can be angry, it can be excited, it can be anything. But you take your hand and you move it through like here while you calm yourself down, and that's called the starfish. So, you know, if you have a kid too that has some really fire energy in them, that's also a great guide for them. So yeah, Aries, I hope you have an amazing month. Really let your hair down, you know, no matter what the stresses in life are. It's important to focus on fun, and not only fun, but passion. You know, share that passion with your kids. You have a lot of it. And just, so I just wanted to pull one more clarifying card, and it's the King of Swords. So yeah, you have enough of that, okay? And it's time to just loosen up a little bit this month and really enjoy yourself, enjoy your family, and don't focus so much on the chaos. Focus every time you find yourself focusing on that chaos, shift back to your family, shift back to your inner child, shift back to happiness. So I hope this reading resonated with you. If it did, please like, share, and comment. That way I know that it did resonate with you. And have a great month of July, Aries.